Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Nazar back at you real quick. Y'all sup? But anyways, let's just get into what I wanted to talk about. Before I do that, I also want to send my shots out to Mitch. I think it's Mitch Jacob. This dude is doing my design right now. So, gracias for that. There's a lot of people out there really looking out, and that's, a motherfucker can't do nothing but show love to that. Shouts out to LTR. He got a song called T2GR. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link to that. I think you're gonna like it. I think it's the homie out the Northeast, a lot different from what a lot of homies is doing right now. Also to ClownsG, he got a song called Exquisite. To K-Lub, as you know, the homie from Southwest Houston. Go ahead and drop one of the links to his thing. And to King Squad TV, they got something coming out. I think it's from Honduras. You know, he's in Honduras doing his thing. And that dude's always looking out, so shouts out to him and to anybody I miss, But anyway, I wanted to get into this dude, Chino Grande. Like, I'm assuming that's what his name is. I tend to avoid bringing up this guy. A lot of people had asked me in the beginning when I first started making videos, like, what's up with this dude? And I pretty much avoid it because I really don't have nothing particularly against this guy. For one, I don't know him. I had never heard of him until they actually mentioned him, and then one of his homeboys had got at me and told me, because I guess a lot of dudes were on his head. At the end of the day, for the people that don't know about him, I guess the dude, I don't know if he turned Christian, and got out and started rapping, or he was rapping before and he got busted and got out and turned Christian in there. I don't know what the story is. All I know is that he's a Cristiano and he raps, and I guess he used to be a homie. And at the end of the day, like I said on other videos, I never had nothing against anybody that has turned Cristiano or or found religion. It don't matter what religion, Buddhism, if they turn Muslim, Catholic, whatever. At the end of the day, your calling is going to be your calling. And what can I really say about that, At the end of the day, none of us are God, and none of us are, I mean, you can judge, but at the end of the day, we don't have the last say. And that's whether you believe in religion or not, or whatever. Don't matter what you believe in. At the end of the day, I have no problem against people that have switched to religion in prison. As long as my whole thing is like, if you're gonna switch that route, just stay solid. Now, I do understand one thing why the homies will have somewhat of a reserve on the shit, because like, I figure if you do turn Cristiano and you give up everything and you just don't want to be with the function no more, that you should get out on the street and continue with that path of not really being with that function. Because if you didn't do it in jail, if you chose to let it go in jail because you had a higher calling, then I would figure that you would get on the street and continue that same energy. But I'm noticing it's becoming a trend of a lot of people are getting out at turn Christian, but they still want to try to participate in certain activities. And let me tell you, there's a difference between giving up everything and just saying, I like to go to church, but I'm still with that function. Now, for this dude, supposedly he gave it up and just like he put his rag down and whatever. At the end of the day, whatever way that you can find a positive outlook on things, or progress into a way to where you actually you change your life, you're doing something, because after a while it just gets old. So you got to find something to do that's more conducive to having a great life, because at the end of the day, if you don't get your life straight, you're either in prison for the rest of your life, you're either dead, or you're strung out on the street and people don't like you or trust you anyway. But so this dude, the thing that the reason why I finally decided to make this video is not like a warning, but just kind of a little word of advice for him in particular, because supposedly he and this is no shot at anybody, but supposedly he wants to do songs with norteños. And I'm just gonna say, at the end of the day, will it happen eventually? I think so. I think we may have a lot of bad blood, but at the end of the day, it's just there's reasons behind it that whatever. There's no need for me to get into that, but when people start getting older and start becoming more wiser, some people see it a certain way. It's not for a lot of people, what I mean. But I eventually believe that somehow somebody's gonna bridge, maybe even that type of gap. It may not last long, but who knows? You never know. The way things are going now with all this stuff that's happening, everything is possible. But like I'm saying, this dude, he I guess put it out there that he wanted to make a song with a norteño, and I'm just gonna say, as a warning to him, what I mean. And this is not a warning. This is just like, from one a homie giving advice to an ex-homie. For one thing, I don't think most active Norteños are gonna want to do a song with him anyway. It's just too much. That's the thing about Latinos. It's a lot of, and Hispanics, whatever you want to call it. It's a lot of pridefulness in that. So it's like the bad blood is bad blood. So, and some are old enough to see beyond that, but others are just like, nah. So I don't think he'll be able to do a song with an active Norteño for the people that wanted to know that, because like they say, they're turned up in their way and we turned up in our way. You know what I mean? So I don't really see it. Now, the whole thing, like he might be doing a song with another Norteño that's a Cristiano, then I could see it. But I would figure like guys of this nature would just refrain from wanting to be in the spotlight anyway, because that's the whole thing. It's like if you read the Bible and you get in, you got vanity, you know what I mean, and that's supposedly one of the greatest sins. So I figure, you should want to remove yourself from the spotlight, seeing that if you didn't want to keep up the activity with the homies in jail, why get out and want to rap and want to be in the limelight? You're only asking for attention. People say, oh, well, people are headhunting for this fool and they're feeling some type of way. Well, for people that have never been incarcerated, you got to understand, when people drop the rag, automatically people see them in a certain way. Now, they get past it, but to know that you're still out here, maybe not participating in activities, but you want to be in a limelight and you want that spotlight on you, people see it as disrespect. And of course they're going to feel some type of way about it, especially if they're still participating in certain activities. What activities those are, that ain't for me to talk about. But people are still with the program. They figure, if I do this much time and I kept it solid, what's up with you? You know what I mean? It's like, if once you drop the rag, just give it up. Now, don't get me wrong. There has been cats, and I'm not gonna say their name, that they're all Cristianos now, and they wanted me to interview them, but I refrained from interviewing them because I felt like it was somewhat some sort of corruption. Like I was gonna lead them astray, because you see them on multiple shows, but at the end of the day, once you're a Christian, and not just saying that because I believe in God, but you have people that just like give up everything. They don't want nothing to do with gangs, nothing to do with nothing, no politics, nothing. They just leave me alone. I'm with God. These type of people I can respect if they're really with it. But if you're still trying to place yourself in the spotlight, and every story you're talking about has no real meaning outside of glorifying your own neighborhood, then I just believe that you should have never gave up the rag and just continue to keep it how it is, because obviously you still want to gangbang, and that's what's happening with a lot of cats, and now they're being found out and they get smashed, and it's just like that. So if you're on the street and you're perpetrating, you want to be Cristiano, but when the activity is active, but you get on the street and you want to try to do what you do, you can't be surprised that people are going to smash your head. And this dude Chino Grande, I don't know him, like I said, so it's no disrespect to that guy. Like I said, I refrain from speaking on the dude at the end of the day because I don't know him, you know what I mean? And I didn't know what his record was, if he was just, he turned Christian, he stayed Christian, but a lot of people are up in arms about this because, for one, you figure anybody's going to bridge that gap. It's going to be a righteous one with a righteous one. But when you give up, you know what I mean? You just gave up. So there's no need for you to continue trying to push certain lines. And the reason I chose to make the video is because cats like this become enemy number one. You become the prime target. You know what I mean? When you stop doing certain things, but yet you still want to act like, and I'm not saying he's acting like that, but, for some people, he's still acting as if he's some type of mediator or bridging gaps, which is the wrong thing to try to assume, especially being the fact that you no longer want to do the activities. So people feel some type of way about it, and I really feel that this dude should just refrain from doing that. Like, if you can hear me, just avoid it. You know what I mean? It's not saying that you're wrong and you're right, or you're right. I'm just saying that you, the person not still participating in activity, should refrain from doing it. It's different if you're dealing with two Cristianos and they're trying to move something, and that's a positive format. You know what I mean? That's a positive. You're taking it to a different level, so it's positive. You've had Christian homies go with talk to Norteños that are Christian, and it's different. It's a different level. It's a different form of participation. It has nothing to do with gangs. Nothing. It's positive. You're moving in the right. you no longer have nothing to do with anything, so nobody can really fault you for that. You see beyond that. You see God's word. You don't see nothing else. You're not worried about vagabundos. You're not worried about Zod. You're not worried about Mavar. You're not worried about nothing. You're not worried about your neighbor. You're just worried about positivity and living through God's word. And I can respect that. You know what I mean? But for the people that still out here that, you know, you fake it in jail, but, you know, you get out and you want to try to become active, or you want to be all in the limelight, that I really don't respect cats like that. That's why I said certain cats that did want me to interview them, I chose not to, because at the end of the day, none of your testimony is anything really towards God, except towards the end. You want to tell me every crime you did, and I don't really care, and I don't think nobody really cares, because at the end of the day, it's like you being the hardest person in the world, but yet you lock it up. Nobody's gonna respect you no more. And they may respect the fact that you turned Cristiano and stayed that way and was really true to the word. Guys will respect that, but as far as you having any say-so, or you want to glorify certain things, that people don't care. They're always gonna see the fact that you turned Christian and you weren't with that rag no more. So, you know, I know this is like one of those videos, but I just wanted to put that out there for the homie. You know, at the end of the day, I just tell you, dude, I respect what you did. You know what I mean? If it was your calling, you chose to do that. You know, you don't have nothing to explain to me or nobody else. The thing I would tell you not to do is this so-called, you want to do records with, you know, the Norteños. I would refrain from doing that. Like I said, I don't believe in active one that's gonna want to do it with you anyway, but I would refrain from doing it. I think by doing that, you're just gonna put a bullseye on your head. The hate that you get right now, you're gonna really have homies, and everybody knows in California, dog, it's a lot, it's grimy out here, and once motherfuckers put that, you know, start putting their eye on you, it's always a bad thing. Then you can't really go nowhere, because everywhere you go, you're getting socked up or whatever. Just avoid it, dog. You know, at the end of the day, like, just avoid it. It's not worth you getting beat up over. You know what I mean? As long as you're Christian and you're doing your thing, and, you know, you might want to do music, you know, and want to be in the limelight, that's you know what I mean? But that one I would avoid. It's not good for you being a non-active participant. You should avoid it. You know what I mean? You should avoid it, just like anybody else. Like me, I be doing my thing, you know, but I stay out of that. Yeah, I stay out of that light. You know what I mean? Unless it's like thrust into my face. But I'm not. I believe in God, but I'm not. I didn't turn Christian, so, well, you know. And on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. But for all the people that I mentioned in the beginning, please go and check out their links. Some of it you might like, and some of you might not. But just drop a like and keep moving if that's the case, or, you know, see what's up with these guys. Really pick their brain and see where they're at with it. And on that note, your boy Zod is about to get out. And that's pretty much it. See you on the next video. And I'm out. Ladies.